Okay, girls, let's go ahead and get started in a seated position here. Feel comfortable, find somewhere to sit. That lighting is horrible. All right, well, find a comfortable seated position. If you want to grab a pillow, a blanket, a towel, anything to prop yourself up a little bit to give the hips a little bit more flexibility to open up, you can. If not, just go ahead and sit seated. And also, too, if you're ever not comfortable seated with those legs crossed, you can always extend those legs out in front of you. Just to take a place that you can just close your eyes for a moment, slow down that body, slow down that mind, and slow down that breath. Sitting up nice and tall, lengthening and lifting all the way through the top of the head. Relaxing through the shoulders. If you're having a hard time relaxing through the shoulders, first start by pressing them down and back. And just try and relax. Try and relax through the hips, relax through the legs. Even relaxing through that face, through that jaw. Just working on that breath, breathing in and breathing out. If you can, working on that ujjayi breathing, breathing in through the nose, back out through the nose. Just mindfully bringing yourself to your moment, bringing yourself to where we are, and trying to keep your mind from wandering away by focusing in on that breath, focusing on that body. If you do find that mind tiptoeing away, just bring yourself back to your breath, bring yourself back to where we are. And from here, you can go ahead and open up those eyes. Let's just take those hands down beside us. Let's take a nice deep breath as we inhale, take that left arm up and reaching over to the right. You're keeping that hand right now, right beside the body, taking that stretch all the way through the left side. And then as we walk that right arm out a little bit, see if you can get a little more length and a little more stretch through the left side of the body. You breathe. Inhale, coming back to center, placing the hand back down. Inhale, that right arm up. Exhale, take it over, and again, keep the hand beside you so you can get some length to the side of that hand. And then taking that arm and that shoulder out to get a little more length to the side of the body. And inhale, bringing it back to center. Inhale, bringing both arms up. Exhale, let's come into a seated forward fold. Just go ahead and fold forward, hinge from the hips. Draw that body forward and let the hips open up, knees out to the side. Let that back come forward, whoever's comfortable for that body. And then from here, nice deep breath, tight core, head up. Just go ahead and walk ourselves back up. Let's go ahead and extend those legs out from under. If you are sitting on anything, then take that out now. Just go ahead and extend all the way through the legs, lengthen through those hamstrings, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, take them out to the side. And again, take that side body stretch. Keep that hand closed for a moment. And then slide the arm out and see where that stretch can go. All the way through the side of the body. Bring it back to center and again to the other side. And then you should slide that arm out. A little more length. Right side of the body. And bring it back to center. Once again, inhale the arms up. Exhale, folding it forward. Coming into that seated forward fold. Now with those legs extended. Just drawing yourself in towards that body as best as you can, feeling a stretch in the hamstrings as well as the back. Once again, inhale, head up, tight core, and let's bring our spine all the way up together. Let's come up onto our hands underneath, a couple of wrists underneath those shoulders, fingers spread wide, knees underneath the hips, knees about apart and hands about shoulder width apart. Inhale, round that back, draw that chin in towards your chest. Take those shoulder blades apart. Taking away the cow, reverse that curl, tailbone lifts up behind you, so get those shoulder blades together. And then moving through cow, inhale, exhale, round reverse. At your own pace, just stretching that spine. One more time each way. We're gonna make our way to a neutral spine. And then I want you to take the right hand at the right behind the ear at the neck. And I want you to open up that right elbow. Then I want you to draw that right elbow towards the left elbow, and then open back up. Trying to warm up that thoracic spine, trying to open up a little bit through that back. And open up one more time. Back to open. And then we're going to release that head back down, take that arm out long to the side, and then thread that right arm under the left, threading the knee. Coming down, resting on the side of the head, right arm threaded through, palm up. Hips are still lifted above those knees. And if you'd like, that left hand can come down in front, fingers forward. Taking that left hand back beside that head, push into it, unthread that arm, and again, take that right arm, just reach all the way up, back. And from here, back down to our position for our cat-cow, couple cat-cows. And then back to that neutral spine. This time, left hand, fingertips, just come behind that head, above that ear, open up, and then draw that elbow across. Open up, taking that head and that neck with you, and across, open up, and across. One more time. And bring it back, bring that head back, reach that right arm all the way out to the side, underneath the left arm. The left arm all the way under the right, excuse me. Other side, whatever side you're doing, try it under the other arm. And the other arm can come forward, palm down. Just depends. If you have stability issues with that neck, keep that hand kind of long, just keep it right beside your head to help support that neck. Couple more breaths right here. Stretching those shoulders, stretching to also through that thoracic spine. And that arm that's either long and extended, if it's not beside your head, put it back, unthread that arm and reach the opposite direction. And then taking that hand down, go ahead and curl your toes, lift your hips to your downward facing dog. Coming into our down dog. If it feels good, you can walk it out. Just shake that head out, do some yeses and some nos, lift the tailbone up as we push back into those heels as best as we can. If you need to, if you're not ready quite for a down dog right now, that's a little too much, just bend your knee. Look towards those hands, walk those feet up towards those hands to a standing forward fold. Head, chest, and body coming towards those legs, lengthen those hamstrings, lengthen that upper body and that chest and bring it all together. Here too, if it feels good, you can walk it out in place. And then half fold, inhale to a flat back, pull the crown of the head forward, push the hamstrings back. Exhale, release, inhale, nice flat back, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. Coming up, and bringing the hands down and around to our heart center. Coming into our mountain pose into Tadasana. Those feet are about hip distance apart. Nice solid base for you, whatever that is. Arms out to the side, pinkies in by your thighs, and just lifting and lengthening through the top of the head. Roll the shoulders back and down. Close your eyes for just a moment, lift up the toes, spread the toes wide. Just ground yourself here, root into both feet. And you can open up those eyes, inhaling those arms up and exhale and sit back into our chair pose. Bending into those knees, body weight back on those heels, extending those arms wherever they'd like to go, to the front or up overhead. Those knees sitting into your chair. One more breath, and then let's just release. Move forward fold. Coming into a standing forward fold. Hands down, walk back into plank, into a nice strong plank. Belly's in nice and tight. If you're not ready for this plank yet, you can always modify on your knees. All right, so from here, slowly chaturanga, lower down like you're doing a tricep push-up. Elbows to the back, lift up to your up dog, and then to your downward facing dog. Curl your toes, lift your hips, push back into that down dog. Coming into your down dog, just take a couple breaths right here. 2, child's pose. Give me an option instead of down dog. Let's lift that right leg up behind us, nice and high. Your down dog splits. Let's bend that knee, swing it forward. Try to get in between the hands, and let's come up to a high lunge. Lift that chest, lift that body up, and into both knees. Coming up into that high lunge. And from here, we're just gonna extend the arms out to the side as we straighten that leg, and then arms come back up as we bend into those legs. So just bending and straightening that leg. One more time. And we're just gonna come up into that high lunge. We're gonna take those hands down again for a moment. Take the right arm up and twist. Right arm reaching up, reaching high. One more breath, and then release that arm down. Release yourself back up to your high lunge. And then drop onto the inside of the back foot. Open up the hips, open up the arms, and come into warrior 2. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Bend into that front knee. Into our warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Holding it here as you bend into that front knee. Keeping a lookout for those toes. Making sure you can still see them. Don't have to actively go look for them. And then bring that right elbow above that right knee. And then just bring that left arm up. Before we make our way into our side angle first, take that left arm up, just reach high, open up through the chest, and then keeping that openness, take that arm over that ear and reach forward to our side angle. So just keeping that lower body right where it was, bent in the front knee, long in the back. Breath, take our way up, back up to our warrior 2, and then to reverse warrior, turning that right palm up, left arm reaches back and down. And then from here, go ahead and cartwheel those hands down, bringing that right foot, send that right leg back behind you. Angle forward to a 3-legged plank, pull that belly in, slowly lower down, release that leg, your up dog, and then to your downward facing dog. Coming into that down dog, holding it here. Again, push that body weight back into those heels, chest away from the arms. Just take a couple more breaths right here. Let's lift that left leg up behind us, nice and high. And then swing it forward. Between the hands, if you didn't get there, you can always pick it up and move it. Come up to a high lunge. Remember, you can also go to your knee if you need more stability. Coming up into that high lunge, take it to both knees. Take a look for those left toes. Make sure you can still see them without having to go look for them. And again, straightening out that leg, arms out to the side, bending into that knee. Continue with that a few more times. One more time, come back into that high lunge, hold here. Now let's take those hands down. Right hand stays down, left arm comes up and twist. And then from here, bring that arm down, come back to our high lunge. And up through that high lunge into our warrior 2, drop onto the inside of the back foot, open up the hips, open up those arms, squeeze between our shoulder blades, and into that front knee. On through the fingers, that knee placement. One more breath. And then from here, bringing that left arm above the left knee. Make sure you're not resting on that knee. Take that right arm again, first up over the shoulder, open up through the chest, and then take that bicep over the ear and reach forward in your side angle. To breathe, reach long through that right arm, reach long through the side of the body. One more breath. Back up to warrior 2. And that palm up and come back to reverse warrior. then taking those hands down, pivoting back, send that left leg back. Dog splits, angle forward to a three-legged plank. Through that plank, chaturanga, release to your up dog. And then as you're ready, to your downward facing dog. Come into that down dog, hold it here for a few breaths. And then looking towards those hands, you can either walk or jump those feet to the hands. If you want to jump, we bend into the knees, loop those feet forward to a standing forward fold. Hold it here, draw it in as best as you can. If you need to, you can bend the knees. You can also take those hands somewhere else on that body. You can't make it to the floor. What works for you. Inhale to a flat back, hold the ground forward. Exhale, release, inhale. First swan dive with that nice back up. We come all the way up to standing and bring the hands down around to our heart center. And then from here, we're feet distance apart again. Inhale up. We're going to sit back into our chair. So coming back into our chair. Then bring the hands together and let's twist to the right. So take that left elbow above that right knee, twisting over to the right, hands still pressed together. Or if you want to release the arms and open up, you can. It's up to you. Body weight still back in your heels. Release, come forward. Hands back together, twist to the left. Again, make sure you're putting that elbow above that knee. You don't want to put that knee, elbow on that knee and put pressure on that knee. Release, bring it back up. One more breath. And then come into your forward fold. Releasing here, hold it here. Place those hands down, walk or jump into a plank. Pull that belly in nice and tight. Slowly chaturanga, release. Up dog to your down dog. Pushing back into those heels, chest away from the arms. And then let's lift that right leg up behind us. Nice and high. Then get forward. Let's drop onto the inside of the back foot. We come up into warrior one. So lifting up. Bending into that front knee. We've got that left hip. Try to pull and draw that left hip forward. And both arms extended overhead next to your ears. Take a look for the toes. Coming into your warrior one. And here. Again, try to draw that left hip forward. Wrap it around. And then next up, we'll be moving into warrior three. So we're going to take the body weight forward, take the hands beside that right foot. We're going to lift up that left leg. So starting here, as you are able, go ahead and lift that chest, lift that body, tuck the palms into the arms beside you to start. Now, if you need help with balance, easy thing is to have some yoga blocks or something to put your hands on and down below. Or if you don't have that, something you can hold on to in front of you can help. Try to keep that left hip pointed down. If you can, move those arms forward, biceps next to the ears. But if it's more stability, you can keep the arms back. You can even take the hands to your heart center in prayer. So do what works. Take one more breath. And then let's release to a forward fold. So coming into a forward fold. And then from here, let's inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. And then inhale. Let's make our way up to standing. Bring the hands down around your heart center. Before we go to the other side, we're going into another chair. This time though, with the legs close together. So bring the legs close together or even touching would be fine. Inhale up, exhale, sit back into your chair. So, why are the legs so close together? Is because we're going to bend into the knees and come into a chair toe squat. So we're on the balancing on the balls of the feet. Coming into our chair. Now the body weight is not back on the heels. Body weight is in the toes, and that's what we're balancing on. And then if you can, bring the hands together. And just take a little twist to the side. You can come forward or you can stay upright. Bring it center and then to the other side. So just bringing a little bit different element of balance as we take our gaze and our spine somewhere else. Center. And then from here, all we're going to do, release those arms and then slowly stand back up, bring it down and release. All right, we still have warrior one and the other side. When you're ready, orient yourself the way you need. Inhale up, exhale, fold forward, nice flat back. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, release. Inhale, step back. Plank and chaturanga. Out to your up dog. And exhale. Coming into a down dog hold. Take a couple breaths. The other side. And that left leg lifts up behind you nice and high. Bend that knee. Bring it forward. Drop onto the inside of the back foot. Arms up, warrior one. Bending into that left knee. Again, taking that right hip, trying to wrap it around, bring it forward into your warrior one. Take a look for those left toes. And then as we make our way into our warrior three, remember if you need any assistance, use that, but pivot onto the ball of the back foot, hands down beside that left leg, by lifting the right leg. Start by trying to lift through the left leg. And then as you're ready, lift the head, lift the chest, lift the arms with you. Tuck those arms in by your side. Again, if you need help with balance, find something to help you. If you can, bring the arms forward, tuck the biceps in at the ears. This is needed. Lengthen that left leg, lengthen through the right. Keep that right hip pointed down. Bring through that left leg. Breathe. One more breath. And then release to that forward fold. That forward fold. And from here, hands down, back to a plank, through that plank, chaturanga, release, your up dog, and then to your downward facing dog. Coming back into that down dog. Deep breaths here. Inhale, exhale, breathe. And looking towards those hands, walk or jump feet to hands, standing forward fold. Hold here, just lengthen the jaw together. Inhale to a flat back, half fold. Exhale, release. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Making your way up. Way up. Standing. Righty. Coming all the way up, standing. Coming for those feet are about hip distance apart, a little bit of balance, just a tree pose. So we're gonna start by bringing and grounding into the leg. So that right leg, remember, if you need, start with your hands at your heart center. If you need a kickstand, you can take a wide, take a narrow kickstand. You can take that foot up. Feel free to migrate that foot all the way up that leg if you wish. Just the one place you want to avoid putting that foot is right on that knee joint. As you get where you want to be, try and keep that right hip, draw it out and open. Hold yourself here in your tree. And if you'd like, you can open up those arms. Just coming to find a place. You've got some room around you, room to move. Bring your hands back to our heart center. We're going to take that knee and draw it forward. We're going to release that foot, and we're just going to come back into our warrior three one more time. So we're just going to come from a different position into our warrior three, drawing that right leg back, drawing the head forward, arms can be back, arms can be forward overhead if you wish, whatever works. Root into that left leg, lengthen it, one more breath, and then just release. Come to a forward fold. And then inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, reverse swan dive, nice flat back. We come all the way up, back to standing. Let's get ready for the other side. So now you know where we're going. If you need some assistance, again, take it. Start here. So starting with that balance. Starting with your hands at your heart center. Lifting and lengthening to the top of the head. Always too, if you're looking for a little more, always close your eyes. If you're not feeling this today, just go where you need to be. And if you want to do something else with those arms, feel free. Do what you need. What works. Draw that left knee out and open. That foot, left foot is pushing onto the inside of that leg somewhere. Push it on the inside of the leg, but also push that standing leg into the foot. So we'll keep your balance, keep you upright. One more breath. And from here, we're going to release and bring that knee forward. And again, just come back. Warrior three. You keep your hands at your heart center. Take your hands back. This is another opportunity for you to be in your warrior three. Do what's needed. Do what works. Around. You find a place to be and hold. Lengthen through that right leg. One more breath. And then let's release and pull forward. Back into that forward fold. Hands down, walk or jump to your plank. From that plank, slowly, chaturanga, release. Your up dog, and to your downward facing dog. Curl your toes, lift your hips, push back. Come into that down dog one last time. Hold it here. And from here, we're going to release down to our knees. Spread those knees apart for child's pose. Maybe you come mat width, sit back onto your heels, and extend those arms in front of you. Take a few breaths right here. Inhale, exhale, sit back, relax. And then slowly bringing the hands back. We said that very slowly. Lift that head up. Kind of slow. Let that blood come back to that head. Slowly, not rapidly. Head rush. And then when you're ready, bring yourself up. Bring yourselves up onto our bottom as we make our way into both pose. A little bit of core work here. With those knees bent. Hands. Go ahead and take the hands to the hamstrings. And then lean back to that V-sit. Like roll the shoulders back and down. And now you can either keep the hands at the hamstrings or you can release the hands, palms in, and lift one leg at a time. So lifting those legs, keeping that V-sit, squeezing those inner thighs together. Hold here, breathe. Hold your boat, belly nice and tight. One more breath. And then we're going to put that momentum forward and fold over those legs. So coming into a forward fold. Before we do it again, just do that back stretch, release. And then coming back up. Again, getting yourself back in V-sit position might help to hold those hamstrings. And then as you are ready, bring the legs up. If you like, you can extend those legs. Come into full here. It just depends. Or you can keep those knees bent. You can even keep those hands on the hamstrings if needed, or take the hands to the shins. Or to you've extended those legs, you can take those hands behind the legs and hold here. It really just depends. What works for you, keep the shoulders relaxed and down. Nice V-sit. One more breath. And then let's release all the way down to the ground. So legs down, all the way back. Take those arms out overhead. Reach, point, and stretch. Stretching through the entire length of that body. Breathe. And from here, we're going to take the right leg kind of over to the right corner of the mat and then cross the left leg over. The legs are kind of right. I'm going to take the arms up. We're going to take the left hand to grab the right wrist and pull it over to the left. So the legs are going to the opposite corner of where the upper body is. Breathe. Gentle spinal stretch. All right, bring the arms back up to center. Release the hands, uncross the legs, and then take the left leg again. Move over to the left corner, cross the right leg over. Right hand grabs the left wrist, pull it over to the right. Keeping that head neutral, looking up. Bring the arms back up. Place the hands down, I cross the legs, bring those knees to bend and the feet about hip distance apart, and then just switch to wiper those knees side to side. You can take your arms out to a T, windshield wiper those legs, stretch back, side to side. And then from here, bringing those feet back to center. Knees back to center, feet come together into a pounding. A little stretch to the inner thigh. And then again, I'm going to bring the arms up to where we can see them. And then we're just going to cross the arms one over the other and give ourselves a big bear hug. So again, feet together, soles of the feet, knees just going out, dropping up to the side, inner thigh stretching, and then just give yourself a big hug. Taking a look at which arm is on top, because we are going to switch the arms. If you need more stretch through those inner thighs, you need a little more, you can walk those heels in so they're closer towards the body. Let the knees drop out as best as you can. So look at which arm's on top. Open up the arms and put the other arm on top. Give yourself a nice big hug. Love yourself. And breathe. And then open up the arms. Take the hands down beside you. Use the hands on the outside of the legs to help push those legs together. Bring those knees in towards your chest. And just give it a rock, give it a roll. Work circles. Circle it, rock it, roll it, whatever feels good to release a little on that low back. And then as you are ready, we're going to make our way into our final posture for Shavasana, traditional in sports pose. With those legs extended and the arms extended by the side, palms up. And with those legs relaxed, so if those toes drop out to the side, just go where it's natural. But I say this is traditional. If you're not comfortable here, you can choose another place. You just close your eyes. You can also help assist yourself if you have low back issues, by putting something underneath, looking for a towel, if there's neck issues, by giving yourself a little pillow. But just wherever you need to go, and you can go. Close your eyes. Just let that body melt into the earth. Just let yourself breathe. Slowly bring some awareness back into that body and that mind through those fingers, toes, hands, feet, arms, legs, even head, circle side to side. And whenever you're ready, rolling over onto the side of your choice. Anyone who's pregnant should go left. Everyone else can choose a side. Remain here for a moment so a little blood flow comes back to that heart. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. And that's a quote from Albert Einstein. Use your outside arm, push yourself back up to your seated position, back where we began our morning. And hopefully feeling a little bit more rested, recovered, or whatever it is we're looking to feel today. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and weekend, and we'll see you next week. Namaste. Thank you guys. See you. Oops. Back. Keep doing. Friday. If you wanna mute, there we go.
Thank you. That felt